Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas from Sapporo, Japan. Please bear with me just a few moments, folks. I'm busy doing some debugging, but I will be with you in just a moment. Just busy trying to get stuff debugged here quickly. I'll be with you in just a moment as we play Zenless Zone Zero. So this is a game that I have been playing since it came out back in the spring, but not as into it as eh, when I was first playing. It wasn't as interesting, I felt, as Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail were. But it's grown on me as I've continued to play. I've gotten all the main quest storylines through to where they are right now on the latest update from last week. But I'm not going to post spoilers about that, just to say it's an interesting turn of events. As we go ahead and get started, though, what I'm going to be doing today is building up characters' skill strings using simulator battles so that I can go ahead and progress some of the side quest storylines, because those storylines with my characters the way they are right now have been a disaster. So let's go ahead and get started. But again, Merry Christmas from a white and just above freezing today, as it's 2 degrees Celsius here in Sapporo. So let us begin. So we'll go into character menu. This is the training sessions. Bernice already is done. The person I want to work on right now is Billy, as in Billy the Kid. He's an android that has a dual gun attack as a physical attack specimen, so we're going to go ahead and prep for that. Let's see. There's one other thing I need to do. There we go. So, yeah. I just wanted to make sure Discord would not be interrupting me with pings, because I don't think anybody would want to be hearing those pings going off from different posts on Discord. So nothing against people doing that. It's just it does get interruptive when you're doing other stuff. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We're going to go ahead and build him up. So what I'm going to do is go into skills, and you'll see there's different skill tags here. You'll notice. So you have the base strength attack, and you work your way up. This here is your special attack, which for him is a dual wield shot blast. So what we need is 2 of these higher dimensional data ethereal pursuits. So we do that with an expert challenge. And our expert is going to be against one of the notorious armored Hati, or Hati rather. Let's see. The armored Hati will gain the following effects: attribute anomaly buildup. So Hati are basically, if you think of like a puma with a shell on it, that's what a Hati is. It's one of the ethereals. So their weakness is against ice and ether with no resistance. That means that any while they're weak to ice and ether attacks, especially, they have no resistance. So like fire, they're not resistant to fire or any of the others either. They are, while they are weaker against ice and ether attacks, but they have no resistance to any of them. So let's go ahead and pick who we're going to do.
Want to
So
have
we
some
have
lunch with me?
ice and ether. So we'll
Nothing to
bring
fear. My kind
Nicole. She
heroes
is
are
an
here.
ether at level 50. So
Time
we'll
to make
bring
some money.
ether into position, her into position 1. I will bring Bernice into
Light this
tier
hole up.
2, just for
Stand
a little
by.
fun. And then we'll bring Sokaku, the ice member of Division 6. She will
Okay,
play
here we
that. Then let's
go.
bring ahead a Bang Boo. Bang Boo are small robots that your character can control electronically using virtual reality. So let's go ahead and see how we go on this first battle. Let's deploy. And we'll be using battery through Aza's payment. There's Nicole getting ready for battle.
I'm here.
And we just hit the space bar to switch between characters. So this way I can keep these guys on their feet. These are all ethereals, which are creatures that live inside. And there is our main opponent. He right now has a shield around him. That's those silver plates. So we'll first have to weaken those and break off those shields. And now we can do special attack. And you'll notice that it has lost its shield. So it was an S rank result, so I have 3 of those, which is enough to upgrade. So we can go back and give Billy his upgrade to increase his strength. So this will increase his strength by 25 points. And so we've now moved up. So the next one will be again against the same character, but we'll be at a different time probably. But you see, as you move up, you have other characters. So it's similar to Genshin Impact as well for some of the things, because as characters increase in strength, but it's not just, you have to defeat characters for your characters to gain levels, but you also have to defeat characters for them to increase their skills as well. So let's do another one, because I want to give him another crit rate. So that looks like that can be a good challenge. But you'll notice down here, battery cost, how you pay for simulator battles, which is what these are, is using batteries. So we'll go ahead. We'll do the same 3 again, because they did pretty well that first match.
I'm here. What's in here?
So Bernice uses a pair of flamethrowers as her attack.
I'm here.
now it has lost its shield, so let's go all out.
Hey, hey! You wanna play with me? More
Hey there, Feo. Welcome on in. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. So yes, we've just done this, so now Billy can be upgraded yet again, Billy the Kid, as he is probably modeled after name-wise. But yes, after about 2 or 3 matches, you get tired out, so it'll make you sleep, so your time change will be affected as well. So we're back from here. Let's go ahead and go back into character,
I have 2 guns, so
go into
double the
skill.
accuracy.
So let's unlock. So he has now so Billy has now raised his crit rate by 4.8%, and his steady shot skill level has gone up 1 point in level. So let's see, who else have I got to do?
Don't look at me.
There's
So
Piper.
sleepy.
See what Piper's at right now. So she needs to be upgraded as well, as she's physical. Yeah. After I got back, I just did some quick work on the computer and then went, yeah, it's the holidays. Let's go ahead and stream, especially since I have today off. I have to work tomorrow and Friday for my employer, but that's okay. It'll just be making lesson plans for them. So that's not too difficult. Time consuming, but not too difficult. So let's go ahead and get Piper raised up. Who does she have to go? Okay, she has to go against the Enforcer. This is actually the character that I needed to get everybody's things raised for, because he's a bit of a challenge with just fire and physical, so that's why I'm raising people's stats. So let's see, he's weak against fire and he's weak against physical. That means I can use anyone, but he has resistance to ice. That means that ice doesn't do much damage to him. So let's see. Yeah, this will work. We've got Bernice again with her flamethrowers. We've got Lucy with her explosive warthogs. Yeah, she basically uses a baseball bat to fire warthogs at the opponent. And then we have Corinne, who's a maid with a spinning saw blade, and is very shy and likes to apologize whenever she's using her saw to slice through someone. And then, of course, again, we have the robotic bamboo that our character, as the VR official, will be using to help land some attacks. But here we go. So we're up against the So Bernice and Lucy are actually from the same team, so that's why they have those lines where they can. Here's the Enforcer.
And the winner is me!
So she is apologizing for slicing through him. It's a weakened version from the actual Enforcer, I can tell you that. So let's see, we finished combat within 3 minutes, finished within 6 obviously, and the expert challenge was completed, therefore it was a S rank battle. So let's go ahead and get her up 1. So let's go ahead and upgrade her. Go again to give her an extra boost. Here's the Enforcer. I'm having to spin around a lot so that it's harder for him to focus on the character I'm using. Here's her special attack. Hey there, Shiro. Welcome on in, and thank you for both redeeming first and for subscribing. Certainly hope you enjoy the emotes. There'll be certainly something to give fun to Piper on with causing chaos. Although none of us ever caused chaos for Piper during her streams. Let's be honest there. We've never caused her chaos. Let's go ahead and raise Piper up. So now Piper has regenerated her energy so she now can attack even faster by a tenth of a second. And her core passive power charge has gone up 1 level. So when Piper's EX special attack, engine spin, or ultimate hits an enemy, she gains 1 stack power up to a maximum of 20, lasting for 12 seconds. Repeated triggers resets the duration for every stack of power. Her anomaly buildup rate increases by 3%. So we've got enough for now for that. What I'm gonna try and do.
So sleepy.
You see, here's Piper. So we can all say that Piper has now gone to level 3. Of which Piper Sensei was saying, that looks nothing like me. Let's see. But yeah, this character is one who is a drag racer as well. So her character likes to race cars a lot. Which is somewhat like Shadow and Sonic for someone else. Yeah. Let's go ahead. So let me go ahead and exit here. What I'm going to do. gonna head. So this is. Oh, who is it that I need to? Ah, I know what to do here. So here's our maid friend, Corin. Go ahead. Hello there, Master Proxy. Excuse me, have you seen a lady with heavy dark circles under her eyes, looking like she could fall asleep at any moment? Let's see. This place seems full of people like that, or isn't that description a bit too vague? I'm gonna go with number one. If that's true, she seemed to be sleeping soundly in the train car, and when the announcement for her stop came on, she hurried off. She's just like Miss Ellen. She left her bag on the seat, so I tried to return it to her quickly. But with so many people coming and going, I lost sight of her. What should I do now? Do you want to try shouting? Eh? Shout out loud? It's not hard at all. Ah, yes, I've lost some trust from her. The embarrassed owner sheepishly comes over to retrieve her bag. Corin, having returned the handbag, looks relieved. Everyone on the metro was looking this way. My heart was pounding. If it weren't for you, Master Proxy, I probably could never have done it. But I'm glad we found the owner. So yes, this is my character, the Proxy. So right now I have to wait for the lights to turn. There is another way I could cross the road, which is to use the overhead, but that takes too long. So let's now run to the other side again. Because there's something going on over here. These are members of public security. This is section 6. And just a regular officer. Actually, I have both characters. Asabo is a freebie. Because after I got all the rest of Section 6, the system turned around and said, you get him as well for free. You happen to run into Haramusa and Seth, and there seemed to be a subtle tension between them. There always is. Go up and say hello, or secretly listen. I'll go up. Ah, you're here too, Belle. What are you guys talking about? We haven't had a chance to talk yet. We just ran into each other. This guy looks like he's got something to say. No, I don't. I just wanted to greet my senior, that's all. I see. I thought you were coming to show off. Huh? The little ones behind you have been stirring since a moment ago. As soon as Haramusa finishes speaking, Seth is surrounded by several cats that appeared out of nowhere. Why are there so many cats all of a sudden? Hey, 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 stop rubbing against me. We need to keep this a secret. Now, this world is so unfair. Some people are troubled by being liked by cats, while others who love cats are always ignored by them. You could use this opportunity to pet the cat, or why don't you pet Seth as well? Decisions. Which should I suggest? Let's do Seth. No need to make me settle for this substitute meal. Well, since it's come to this, I may as well pet the cat while things are in chaos. Wait, you and Haramusa happily pet the kittens surrounding Seth. Petting them is like a source of inner happiness. So Seba's trust rate has gone up. Yeah, now we're going to go head over here back to our business car. So this is Lumina Square where we just were. We're going to head back to the video store, as much like stores like Blockbuster, which your character is the owner of, I'm actually going to the hard disk drive because I need to take up something. So this is the back of the video store. In case you're wondering, this is what video store back rooms never looked like. Here's the front. And my character's bedroom is all the way up here. So this is my character's bedroom. And her brother's bedroom is currently closed. But let's go ahead and go back to the drive because I need to go and take care of something. So we've done chapter 5. I better go back to find something. Here we are. So here we are with uninvited guests sit at the back. This is the one I was mentioning that I wanted everybody's physical levels to be raised. Excuse me. So they recommend level 44. Most people recommend level 50 because of the boss in this fight. Recommended attributes are physical, it's high risk, 4 out of 6. So let's go ahead and change out.
Starlight, it's time to shine.
So Nicole and Billy, as well as Anby, are all members of the same group. But it's Billy I need for this because Billy is a physical. Let's get Corinne. And let's get Hyper. We are ready to go for our challenge. Let's go ahead and get started. So I've got a few waves for this fight because the boss is the final wave.
do it.
Billy time! Leave it to Billy!
Coming through.
Main boss shows up in just a moment once we finish with these guys.
Easy.
Billy time!
This more.
You ready?
Regrettable as it may be, now that Pompey's gone, the Vanquishers can no longer bear the weight of the Overlord's title. The sons of Caledon of old used to face the Vanquishers as challengers, standing tall. So, as the ones who flew the flag of the Overlord and who wished to challenge the current Overlord, are you ready to stand up tall and act like challengers?
As long as a single breath remains within us, we will triumph once again. And we will make sure the Vanquish's legacy lives on.
Don't even think that acting like you're on the brink of tears and shouting those sorry lines will make us look like the bad guys. The Vanquishers' time is over, but the Overlord's isn't. Under the ever-burning flames, Pompey can rest in peace.
Shut up. You have no right to utter that name. If it wasn't for you and the ambitions of the Sons of Caledon...
I see you learned nothing from Pompey. How dare you claim to have inherited his legacy? Ambition did obstruct your path to victory. But it wasn't the Sons of Caledon's ambition. We saved a seat for the Vanquishers at this feast. But now that you've declined the invitation, I suppose we'll have to... What was it again?
We'll have to ask you to sit at the back.
Fun fact, the English voice actress for Belle, who lives in Ohio, she lived in Nagoya, Japan for a year during her university studies. She did a year as a foreign exchange in Japan.
Into gear.
Back to the real show!
Pedal to the metal. Looking around dozed off.
I'll take you.
Don't worry, everyone will get their share!
Have finally done it. And given an S rank for it. Complete the mission, check. Complete the commission with no defeated characters and complete with everyone above 30%. Because a part of the problem was that I'd keep having those other 2 rounds and then I wouldn't be allowed to recharge my HP, but we finally got it done. So that challenge is complete. Casa. As Mayor of Blazewood, I am here to witness the 2 gangs shake hands and make peace. Do either of you have any objections? Wait a moment. Before Caesar, I mean Overlord Caesar, accepts this peace accord on behalf of the Sons of Caledon, please accept our apologies once again. We lost a lot during this tour to Inferno. Honor, status, trust, and also Brother Pompey. The gang is in disarray. Many of our brothers have been unwilling to accept the Sons of Caledon, so it's not unusual for it to get to some people's heads. No need to explain. My brother from the Vanquishers, whether it's Vanquishers or the Sons of Caledon, we've all lashed out and done stupid things for our brothers and sisters before. Honor, status, trust, and friendship. These are all things that can be won back. The title of Overlord will continue to be passed on down through the Tour de Inferno again and again. We've all lost plenty, so this time, I don't want to lose another brother from the League. On behalf of the Sons of Caledon, I hereby make peace with the Vanquishers and will ride alongside them once more in the wilderness of the Outer Ring, with the honor of the Overlord as my witness. Now that an end can be put to all that fighting, let's get started with today's main event then. Let us begin the Overlord's Feast. There's Piper again, along with Bernice, Lighter, and Lucy. And there's Caesar. Proxy, Manager, Overlord of Cheesetopia. Can we start the feast already? People can't wait any longer. Start the feast. Nightfall replaces dusk. Mirth replaces anger. Here we are. There is Belle's brother Wise.
Hey there! Cheesetopia is back in business starting today.
A new VIP customer has come to dine. Do your best to meet their requests. Ooh, Big Daddy. Last time I ate at Cheesetopia, it was with those old guys. I mean, the previous Cheesetopia. It was a long time ago. Master Proxy, I'd be grateful if you could prep me a dish that reminds me of those nostalgic old times. So I need 7 tastes. Yeah, I know what I can do and just... Let's see, what else can we do? See, 2. There we go. Oh, wait. Let me remove that. Done. It tastes just like it ever did. Looks like I really am at the age to be reminiscent. With youngsters like you around, I have to admit I really am getting old. Haha. Just like Toothy is. Enjoy the feast. Lucy, you still have much to learn from me. Of course, I never expected you to learn a thing. That's just how Lucy talks. It bothers me too. Good old Piper. Cowardly gangster. Last time Miss Lucy whacked me on the rear with a baseball bat, and it still hurts to walk even now. Lucy. This one must apologize. I'll use the one with no nails in it the next time. Excited gangster. And Piper's axe. You almost gave me a free haircut. Piper, you're too kind. What's Bernice gonna talk about? Bernice, a bottomless supply of Bernice's special nitro fuel is available to the public for today only. Another drink. So good. Another drink for you, manager? Another drink. That's non-alcoholic. Later, what have you got to say? Oh, sounds like you still remember me. Well, you're the toughest fighter or the hardest hitter. I'll say hardest hitter. Hey, you make me sound like a violent kind of person. However, as the champion, it's good to maintain a little mystery and fearful reputation. Hope you have a wonderful evening, Miss Proxy. There's the grumpy groundhog. It's grumpy. Here's a groundhog. It looks in a very agitated mood. Poke its nose. The groundhog doesn't react. Touch its big front teeth. The groundhog stays still. Stroke its forepaws. The groundhog remains silent. Pat its head. Groundhog is so quiet. Wait a moment. Does it look like it's trembling slightly? Bzz. This groundhog, with a fierce expression, begins trembling more and more violently. Everyone in the restaurant starts noticing the strange commotion and looks over curiously. At that moment, a sudden shrill scream bursts from his throat. I have never met someone this annoying. What is wrong with you? Ah! Ah, the entire Blazewood must have heard it. Ha ha. Here's a groundhog. It looks like it's in a very agitated mood. But now everyone knows This is far from how it will behave when it is in its most agitated mood. Hey, we got the social death experiment achievement. There's Big Daddy. So here's another Bang Boo. Again, they're robots, but they like to wear different outfits. So Caesar, what have you got to say? Proxy, as far as the Sons of Caledon are concerned, the most important guest at tonight's feast is none other than you. I want to preserve this moment forever, and the Sons of Caledon must feel the same way. I'm not the best in group photos, but let's take a photo together with everyone. Piper, I heard someone say they wanted a group photo. Hey, Lucy, hey, don't tell me you're cutting me out of the shot. Bernice, I want to be in it too. I want to be in it too. Lighter, are you going to use the flash? Will it reflect off my sunglasses? Let's take a group photo. Beneath Blazewood's yellowing sunset lie moments of memories that will never turn yellow.
Why don't you do it, Lucy? Haven't you been itching to experience what it's like to be the boss?
Let's wait until I knock you down. You fight better than you talk, after all.
Knock me down? You might have a chance if you tried it in the bathroom.
You?
Caesar walks to the middle of the restaurant and waves to catch everyone's attention.
Everyone! We are gathered here today to witness a tale of blazing fire, a wasteland, and courage. These stories are a testament to the Overlord's glory, and a guide for those that will be replacing them. That's how Lucy's speech starts. It sounds fancy enough, but it's a bit difficult to understand.
Oh, calling Lucy out.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is driving
Probably why
fast
she
isn't
looks
the
like
only
that.
reason I've stuck with the Sons of Caledon. They're also really cool. Racing by Cinder Lake is cool. Becoming a hero who returned from the flames is cool. And being the Overlord is cool. But nothing is cooler than speeding through the Outer Rings highway with the Sons of Caledon. Of course, on this journey, we also met the coolest friend and comrade in all of the Outer Ring. Don't you think so too, Proxy? While I'm at it, here's one more cool thing. I would definitely make a better Overlord than you. That was my challenge to Pompey. And it's my promise to him, to you, and to all of the Outer Ring. I just blurted it out at the time because it sounded so cool. Unfortunately, I hadn't considered exactly how I'd fulfill that promise. So I'm counting on not just the Sons of Caledon, but all of you. Everyone from the Outer Ring. So let's raise our glasses to the children of the Outer Ring, and to the everlasting wasteland and boundless blaze!
While I raise my plastic cup of Hokuto Chanmeri Blue.
To the Overlord.
To my friends, may they all enjoy their holidays with family and friends. Okay, so Casa's got something for me.
Utopia is open for business. Let's try to have another great day today.
Caesar. After saying too much all at once, I'm starting to feel a bit hungry. I want something bold and passionate. A dish just like this feast. How about it, Proxy? So I do have to select this. That's a requirement. So I need one more nutrition and 5 tastes. So if you look down here, you'll notice these have hearts. The reds reflect taste and a value for them. Nutrition is the blue. So let's do... Okay, so I need 6 of the brains. Hmm. Ah, I've had my fill. Thanks, Proxy. I hope there's more of these moments where I don't have to care about anything except delicious food and your mood. No feast can last forever. The outer ring's sun shines warm again, and the cheers will dissipate once more. However, there will always be new friends waiting for you to appear. So let's close the curtain. Proxy, I hope you had a happy evening. Otherwise, I don't think I'd ever throw another party again. Judging by the number of nitro fuel cups you went through, it looks like it was a good evening. Haha, I was just thinking about how the proxy shouted to the Overlord yesterday. I never expected you to be so bold, Proxy. I've always been bored, or I've got many different sides. Anyway, Cheesetopia is humming along nicely, and the Overlord's feast came to a bustling finish. Both this feast and the honor of becoming the Overlord, all these stories happened with your support and witness, Proxy. Feels like the part where I avoid saying something really touching here. Proxy, I still want to experience more with you, and with everyone in the Sons of Caledon. Though random play can't be moved to the outer ring, but at any time, any place, whether you just want to see an old friend, or whether you get into any trouble, come back any time. The Sons of Caledon will always be waiting for your dashing entrance. And of course, the back seat of my bike is yours to ride, any time. See you around, Proxy. Caesar waves a radiant goodbye, backlit as she is by the radiant outer ring sunset. What an exceptionally stunning farewell. Welcome to Cheesetopia complete. Cheesetopia, outer ring cuisine takeout. See what Lucy has to say. You overhear a conversation between a passerby while doing business in the outer ring. Sensing your concern, Lucy approaches and calls out to you. We're sightseeing you here. You know, people in New Eridu hardly come to the outer ring, and vice versa. But you're the exception. I'm different. I have choices, but many people don't. You might be gold, but Ridu's in plenty. Gold might shine, but not brighter than Ridu's bounty. That was an old saying from before Eridu became New Eridu. We're tough, Proxy, and we'll make our ends meet even in the direst situation. But are people who aren't as lucky. Do they deserve to suffer? Do they deserve the worst life? They deserve a helping hand. Exactly. I want to lend them a helping hand. I know how to help them better than that silly Caesar. It's not that they're too incapable to get a better life. They're just lost. They need management. They need carrot and stick. They need someone to point them in the right direction. That's my forte. Compared to me, Caesar is totally a moron. But honestly, I don't blame her, because few can keep up with my genius. I can outdo her in many ways, but there's just one thing. People like her. They enjoy being around her, doing things for her. When I was a kid, an ambitious guest to my family told me that it's better to be feared than loved. But now it seems people lean towards love over fear. But I like you, Lucy. I'm a shining pearl and everyone likes me. And if I crack my whip, they'll say they admire, respect, or worship me. Well, I guess I've chatted your ear off. Perhaps it's time for you to head home. How about I ask Grassley, Woody, and Bricky to walk you out? Huh? Look who it is, the Proxy. Hey, Piper. Are you in the outer ring for business today? Yep, just finished. Oh, you're going back to the city? What a coincidence. I'm headed that way myself. For fun? It's Steel Tusk. The rear axle's been making this noise and shaking the chassis. When I check the drive shaft and you join, you look confused. Kids these days aren't to this kind of stuff. Oh well, anyway, I'm heading into the city to pick up a few things. Since we bumped into each other, I'll give you a lift. Wait, didn't you say Steel Tusk needs to be repaired? I'll be driving your car. Is there a problem? You have a bad feeling about this, but before you can say anything, Piper's already in the driver's seat of your business car, looking way too comfortable. The rest of the ride is so fast, it feels like your life is flashing before your eyes. You're not sure which is louder, the rattling of the car or your own heartbeat. Your legs give way beneath you as you almost fall clean out of the van. Piper reaches out a helping hand, and the smile on her face lets you know this is not her first rodeo. Nice wheels you got there, Proxy. You weren't too bad either. You hardly screamed. Did someone forget to tell you it's just a consumer vehicle? It's managed to go competition level. It's having its moment in the spotlight. Oh, if you want, I can take you for another spin sometime. Thanks for your car today. So we are back in New Erido's 6th Street. This is General Chop, your local ramen joint to get energy. The coffee shop.
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day.
I mean, I do have to agree, coffee is not my thing, but I'm still under him.
You know, coffee is not a must, but a calm and relaxed mindset sure is.
Oh, what does Hannah want to say? Shouldn't have dragged my feet getting ready. Now I gotta treat my colleagues to coffee for being late. What flavor should I get today? You could get them mud water instead of coffee. The greenery in front of Coffee is vibrantly lush, and if you lean down and smell it carefully, it exudes a unique fragrance. A staff member comes out, smiles politely at you, and pours the leftover coffee left by a customer onto the greenery. Here's some of the cats. And as promised, Faya, here's Tum Tum. Tum Tum lies before you, lazily licking her paws. Who knows whether her slightly puffy tummy is because of the kittens inside, or whether she's just overeaten. Pet her. Let's see, what else do I need to do right now? Let's go in here for a moment. Curious about the youngest Void Hunter and new Eridu and her unstoppable team? The HIA in Section 6 special promo starts today. So, social death experience. Make the marmot in the corner of Cheesetopia let out a shriek. That's done. Rebuild Cheesetopia. And a 6-star rating. Crunch and earn praise from all your customers. What does Lucky Boo have to say? It's Monday morning. Have a great day. Technically, for me, it's Wednesday afternoon, but that's okay. Let's do some video archive work. So we're going into storytelling mode now. On a day accompanied by Force 7 gales and thunderstorm alerts, with a serious look on his face, Wise asked me to meet them on the rooftop. Wise, who is her brother, I asked you to come to the roof because I have something to tell you. Something you can only tell me on the roof? Have you seen how windy it is today? You're my family, so I think this needs your approval. Belle, what is your opinion of Nekomata? Wait, are the two of you... Wait, you got it all wrong. I didn't kidnap Nekomata from the Cunning Hairs to work here because I wanted the store to make more money. I'm not like that. You aren't? Just let me explain. Hey there, Naya, welcome on in. Merry Christmas, hope you are all doing well. Busy playing some of Zenless Zone Zero. It was her idea. Be more specific. Nekomata contacted me earlier today and asked if we're hiring. She also mentioned that the Cunning Hairs are not doing so hot financially. To be fair, the Cunning Hairs have been in the red since the very beginning, because their leader spends more than they make. She recommended herself, saying she's eagle-eyed, efficient, hardworking, and kind. Bet she wants to work here to pay off some debts for the Cunning Hairs. Told ya. What a good cat. There's actually a mountain of new videotapes that need sorting. Nekomata can work through them if she comes to work for us. Eagle-eyed, efficient, hardworking, and kind. She sounds like a great fit for sorting through videotapes. So let's have her work here. I'll get the sorted videotapes out. Yeah, and as I was saying to people as well before, for the English dubcast of Zenless Zone Zero, because they didn't focus just on Los Angeles. They had people from throughout the US do it. The actress who plays Belle, who is the younger of the two siblings who are the proxies and main characters in the game, she did a year of university in Nagoya. So she has been telling people on her social media about her time when she was living in Nagoya, even though that was several years ago. She now lives in Columbus, Ohio, or in the vicinity of. Before long, Nekomata arrives at the video store.
I'm here, guys. I'm ready to go.
Nekomata is a cat hybrid humanoid.
Hello, Nekomata. Seeing as you're ready, let's not waste any time. I'll go over how we sort our videotapes, and you can get to work.
Huh? Work? Hang on a minute. Didn't you agree on a commission to take me and a client into a hollow?
So that's what you meant by doing business together. Or didn't Nicole ask you to come and work your debts off?
Oh, so when you said doing business together, you actually meant down in a hollow. Of course I was talking about down in the hollows. You don't really think Nicole wants me to pay off our debt by working here, do you? It might look like she has a bank account where her conscience should be, but Nicole has been pretty good to me.
Sorry for the misunderstanding, but seeing as we're going down into a hollow, shouldn't the rest of the cunning hairs be here too?
I came up with this commission myself. I'm not sure how to put this. Before, I got everybody into a real pickle with vision, but Nicole still asked me to stay. Now that the cunning hairs are in the red, I think it's time for me to see what I can do!
I'm enjoying it. When I first downloaded it back when it came out back in, I think it was May or June, I was a bit worried that it was not going to be very fun, but it's proving pretty easy and light to enjoy with a good storyline. I mean, obviously it's not as in-depth right now as Genshin or excuse me, either Genshin or, and I'm drawing a blank on the name of the other game, the one with the train. But yeah, it's compared to those two, it probably could do with a little bit more development of the story, but overall it's pretty good. I think they kind of have, it's because of the fact they have different teams working on different projects, so. Star Rail, that's it, thanks. My mind was drawing a blank for a moment on that. Okay.
Hustling side gigs to make ends meet while the boss can't afford to pay out wages. How admirable.
Well, ever heard of a fortune cat? And once I get back from this gig with my pay, I'm gonna make the old poker face say, Nekomata, you really are the very model of a cunning hare.
Even though you're a cat and not a rabbit. I thought you and Ambi had made up already.
I thought you and Anby had made up already. It's not about making amends. It's about the competitive mindset of professionals. Being at Gentle House is a job after all. Besides, even street gangs have performance metrics these days. How about it, Faithin? I've got a lucrative commission set up. You want in?
So yeah, Faithin is the duo here. These are brother and sister. They work as proxies, so their job in the Hollows is to map the route that the teams that go in, such as she will be one. So you're going into the Hollows, but you have no idea what the interior looks like. It's sort of in that case like if you've ever played the old Persona games where you had to go into those different regions and you didn't know the layout, so you were guessing what the layout was, but it would slowly build a map for you. It's sort of the same thing in that sense. But hollows are basically like a new dimension that's formed over areas of the city of Eridu. And anyone that's caught inside they can become corrupted and turn into various monsters as a result.
Give me the details on this commission first.
No problem. Here's the situation. There's this company that lost a bunch of etheric resources down in a hollow. They're recruiting skilled agents and proxies to do some field surveys down there, in the hopes of one day retrieving it all.
Sounds easy enough, but field surveys aren't usually a terribly lucrative commission.
Relax. This is just the first step. Think about it. The company needed to find help on Internaut just to run some field surveys. When it comes to the official recovery later on, they'll definitely be looking for more.
Oh, I see what you mean. Resource recovery definitely pays well. I expect people will be fighting over who gets that commission. But if we've already worked with them before, then we'll be their first choice.
We sure will. That's faith for ya, razor-sharp brains. You gotta cast out a long line to catch a big fish. So, you interested in the commission now?
So, what about our payment?
Split it, 50-50. How about it? Pretty good, huh?
Notice though she didn't say how much the payment was. She just said split it 50-50.
I'll go confirm the place and time with the client, and then we can get straight to it.
See, cat and mouse misplaced is the story. It's a combat mission. Complete the survey route with the guide. Mission rewards. These are different rewards you can earn. Excuse me. So these are Internaut credits. They build up your levels with Internaut, so your basic levels, like I believe I'm currently level 47. I can go up to level 48 and so forth. That's just their basic levels. Then you have polychromes. These are used for getting new characters and so forth. A bit like the gems you can get on Genshin Impact to use towards doing the gachas. This is the and I've only ever done my polychromes through the game. I refuse to put actual money into the game itself. I learned my lesson from that. These are supply boxes. What they do is allow you to level up characters, so you can use it to level up the characters as well as, so they go like your characters can be leveled up. Then you have Denny's. These are the coins. And algorithm modules, these are for giving experience to the Bang Boos, so the Bang Boos can also level up. So let's go ahead, since I know that's what it is. Let me see if I can get some strength for my characters that I'm going to use. I'm not sure. Or actually, let me do something first. I need to check the attributes they suggest. Because if I can get the attributes, then I know. Okay, ether. That was what I wanted to check. So we're going to go and get some ramen. Because our ramen shop has different flavors of ramen. Each has a different skill set. So let's go ahead and talk to General Chop.
Good afternoon. Feeling hungry?
So we know it's an ether. So it's ether damage plus 30%. Smoke.
cooking time for noodles must be precise, not a millisecond off.
So I have increased damage for ether. Goes for 3
You even
rounds.
finished all your broth. Want some more?
So let's go ahead and head back inside. Bang Boo, give me access. Thank you very much. Next.
Want a glass of nitro fuel?
Need
Yeah.
something? My services are expensive.
Since they said ether was their weakness, I'll get both of my ether members. Through to it, and then sadly I don't have Nekomata right now because I could not get her when she was up. Who do I want as my last member? Let's give her some fire to it.
Just hollow up.
And away we go.
Master, this time I am a limited edition version of Fairy Cat, at your service. Please follow the guide to the end of the route we're surveying inside the hollow. Fairy Cat suggests you find the guide first. Meow.
Your virtual assistant is getting on my nerves. That guy is our guide, right?
So we just scroll up.
Hi, you're Nekomata, right? Allow me to, introduce myself. I'm Ollie, and I'm in charge of this operation.
Operation? This is just a field survey. Is it like a trend for companies to use fancy names?
I mean, this time at least I'm your client. Yes, client and guide.
Slip of the tongue, something's going on.
Speaking of which, our proxy isn't here yet?
We're both right here?
Miss Nekomata, please don't kid around. It's just you and me here. No others?
He doesn't seem to realize this bamboo right under his nose is a proxy.
Hey, Ollie. I'm actually your proxy.
Ah! Who's there?
Meow! My ears! Sorry I wasn't clear before, Ollie. But please, keep Thyron's hearing in mind. So, as you can see, this talking bamboo is our proxy.
Oh, is that so? My bad. Whew, well, that was embarrassing, letting you see that side of me. But I promise I'm still a reliable guy. Please, lean on me. Just as much as I'm leaning on this stalagmite right now. See, chatting and laughing so freely like this, while being so close to an ether crystal, whew, that's more than enough to demonstrate my aptitude for it.
Speaking of,
Did the crystal just move?
Oh, it's one of those inactive sleeping at the...
An ethereal!
Hey, calm down! I said it's just an inactive ethereal.
Oh no, looks like he's totally panicking.
Well, let's take care of the ethereal first and talk after. Let's get rid of these ethereals first.
and away we go. Just want to check something first. Okay. Wanted to see if there were was anything I could use as a target. Here we go again. Round 2.
Hi. No trouble. I'm here. Okay.
So we start with 2 and then we go to 4 more, so 6 in total of these.
At last, we're safe.
No thanks to you. You were the problem.
Oh, Miss Nekomata, I was blown away by your heroism just then.
A little bit more of my Fokuto. Shanmeri.
I'm glad to hear it, but in the future, could you please not wander aimlessly around the battlefield so much? I don't want you to get hurt. When I read the notes for this job, I assumed you'd be a little more composed. I didn't expect companies would have such different requirements for holo surveyors.
Yeah, that, like I said, that's the nice thing about what I'm doing, which is not putting in the money for it. So, like I said, I just do commissions and such and get the polys, which allow me to buy everything without having to spend real money.
Diversity it's highly valued by the company. Fine. I'm really not the best at dealing with ethereals. But I've got a few tricks up my sleeve when it comes to recovering etheric resources.
Really? Then I guess I'll trust you.
Technically, at this point, Nekomata, you kind of are stuck, unless you want to leave without them.
Well, since you mentioned etheric resource recovery, there's no sense hiding it. What we really want is to help support your resource recovery business in the future. So, if everything goes smoothly today, could you have a word with your boss and help us get in on the follow-up commission?
Oh, yeah, of course. No problem, just leave it up to me.
We're counting on you, Mew. Tell you the truth, I've been planning on switching careers recently. Working for a big fancy company like yours ought to pay better than hustling on internet for myself, right?
Sure does.
Can you tell us how much of a cut you take for recovering etheric resources like this?
Oh, yeah, my cut, it's...
How silly of me, Mia. You work for a company, so you must get a fixed salary plus bonuses. But I guess that's confidential.
Yes, I have to keep that a secret.
Something tells me he's not getting anything really out of this.
That is very considerate of you, Miss Nekomata. I won't disclose exactly how much it is then.
Which is probably 0.
Cool. Let's not talk about salaries right now then. Shall we get started with surveying the route?
Oh, okay. Just let me look up the exact details here.
Hey, Ethan. What do you think of this Ollie guy?
I was thinking, you get on so great with the cunning hairs. Why would you suddenly want to switch careers? But I get it. You said all that on purpose.
I feel like he's a little weird. He talked about working with this company, but his story's full of holes. It's obvious he's not familiar with them. What do you think, Proxy?
Maybe he does work there but knows nothing about the business because he's new, and his boss forced him to come here.
Huh? Well, for a proxy, my years of experience on the streets tell me he's definitely no corporate salaryman. More like some rookie trying to hustle for change down in a hollow. But I'm confused about why he's still forcing himself to come in here when he's obviously terrified. There must be something going on behind the scenes. In any case, let's finish up this commission with him, then find a way to figure out what's really going on.
Please stick together. Stay on.
Mr. Ollie, about your company.
Oh, wait a minute, what's that noise? Would you go check ahead?
Master, Ollie refuses to proceed due to an unusual acoustic occurrence. I suggest you go and investigate.
Phew. Oh, luckily that's not an enemy. We should get out of here. Oh, over there!
Talking about work, Mr. Ollie, what do you...
Oh, what's that? Oh, there's something wobbling around! Straight ahead! Can you go check?
Master, there is an unknown
Can't wait to go...
There is some writing on the wall ahead. Ollie believes this may be a
Congratulations, you have arrived at where I've been. I wish you good luck in all your future endeavors. Let me bestow upon you a blessing. Then, a recording of a song by a person who was way too confident in their singing voice starts playing. You call this a blessing? Oops, this song of blessing has attracted ethereals. I choose you, Nakamata the Amazing.
Fine. Here. Okay. Okay. Time to... What's this? I'll save my shot.
No boxes or other materials.
Here. Ready for a fiery beam. Nice and fine. No problem. Time to sharpen my claws. you a little treat! Like this! I'm here! I'm here! Fine! I'm here! Go play with some string! No problem!
Ethereals are way too scary. We should get out of here. Oh, over there! Let me handle that locked door ahead. I forgot to bring the key card.
Seems like we can open the door with that button.
Can you... can you please go take a look? The door's open. We should go this way now. Yeah. It should be safe around here. Oh, why are ethereals here all of a sudden? Take care of them. I'm begging you.
Round 3. Ah, the kitty wants to play.
The ethereals have all been taken care of.
Home stretch. Whew. Can I walk behind you too?
Just follow me.
The surveyed route finishes right up there.
How can there be so many? They may be small, but I've got a weird feeling about this.
Ah, there! That's a big one!
Oh, is it really that scary? I'll get rid of them.
Time for a mega battle. Let's get started. Nakamata.
wrap for the commission thanks to the both of you. Couldn't have gotten it all done today without you. As for your payment, once we exit the hollow, I'll have funds transferred to Miss...
Okay.
Now that our business is done and dusted...
No problem. Me and the proxy will find the fastest and safest...
I understand. I'll just stand over there and turn my back to you. You can trust me.
No. Turn my back to you.
Darn it. I was so busy and flustered the whole time I never got around to asking this guy about his true purpose and identity. We don't have time. We have to leave a hollow soon and then everyone will go their separate ways.
Don't worry, Nekomata. We'll figure something out. Back when you were with the gang, did you ever come across anything like this?
Back when I was in the gang? Proxy. Speaking of street gangs, that reminds me, it's time to use my secret ability. Watch this.
Nekomata quickly darts over to where Ollie is standing without him noticing, and returns just as quickly.
Got it. Now let me see what this so-called guide Ollie has on him. Huh? Wait, these are... handcuffs?
What's a civilian doing with these? Please respect other people's hobbies.
Huh? Handcuffs? What's a civilian doing with these?
Hold up, Belle. Fairy just detected a string of numbers on the handcuffs that match the same format used by public security.
What? These handcuffs belong to a public security officer?
Miss Nekomata, Proxy, how's your chat going? I think I can hear some ethereals nearby. What are my handcuffs doing over? I mean, they're not my not handcuff. Oh.
Tell us the truth, Ollie. Why do you have public security handcuffs on you?
It's that I found those handcuffs.
Oh, so you just found them somewhere. Well then, that's completely fine, yeah?
Nekomata suddenly gives Ollie a sharp kick to the knee, then pins him to the ground.
Well now, Ollie. I took you for a rookie thief judging by the way you cowered like a chicken in the hollow. I never thought you'd steal something from a public security officer. I thought I could get a nice score from your commission. But seems we ought to be grateful you haven't landed us in even more trouble. And these handcuffs that you just found? What kind of incompetent officer would lose their own equipment? Any cop who lets you take their cuffs off them must be a real weakling.
Please don't insult public security officers. A public security officer has to grit his teeth and endure arduous training. They have to stay up all night studying for exams, has to struggle to pass the strictest of screening. Only then can he become an officer.
Why are you getting all virtuous all of a sudden? Hold up, don't interrupt me. We want the truth, and get on with it. Who are you really, and why did you post a fake commission through a fake company?
It's... I can't tell you.
Can't tell us? Are you still not grasping the situation? Let me see. Since you're not cooperating, I guess I'll just have to throw you to the ethereals in here. Oh boy, we killed so many of their friends today. I bet they're gonna be real happy to see you. Right? How about now? Ready to talk?
I won't tell. Even if you feed me to the ethereals, I won't.
What is up with this guy? He's scared out of his wits, but he still won't talk.
Hold on, Nekomata. I've just matched the serial number from these handcuffs to an officer. Ollie, male. Team 4, Criminal Investigations Division at Janus 12th Precinct. That's who this guy is.
Huh? No, wait. This guy is actually a public security officer?
That's the end of the commission. So that was an S rank mission, as I collected all 3 sets of observation data. not long after, on a secluded street outside the hollow.
Alright, we've made it out. Well, officer, you said you wouldn't hold us liable before, so let's say our goodbyes right here then.
Please, please, wait. Miss Nekomata, before you leave, can you reassure me that you're both good people, and that you will not tell anyone anything about meeting me today? My mission today was top secret. I need to make sure no one harboring ulterior motives learns this information.
Okay, don't worry. If we had any ulterior motives, we would have snuck off and left you with the ethereals. Way back when we first realized you weren't who you claimed to be.
Oh, I see. Of course. That makes sense. Wait, you knew I wasn't with the company all along?
Can I be honest? Ollie, your acting is really, really bad.
Honestly, how could your boss or your coworkers let you go alone on a mission like this?
Because this operation was at my personal request. I've been a public security officer for years now, but I still can't get over my phobia of ethereals. I've screwed up a few operations, and these days, I always get benched. There's been this really tough case, and we're short of leads. I thought maybe we could use Internaut to lure in our culprit with some crime-related info. If the plan worked, I'd be able to take credit for it, even if I wasn't involved with the operation later on. If I was lucky, I might even have gotten a certificate.
I wouldn't have taken you for someone so driven by personal gain.
That's my boss on the phone. 1 second. Hello? Boss, it's Ollie.
Where are you? Did you post to Internaut pretending to be a company going into a hollow?
It wasn't on purpose. Please don't fire me.
Fire you? Why would I fire you? You did great. If we can crack this case, you'll take first merit for it and land a handsome bonus. Get back to the precinct and get yourself ready for the next operation.
My boss praised me. All these years, my boss has finally praised me! Did you hear that? Not only do I get to keep going out with them on operations, but I might even get a bonus!
Oh, congratulations.
What am I gonna do?
You were just so happy. Why the long face?
Going on future operations with them means I definitely have to go back into a hollow again. And I'll mess things up as soon as we run into any ethereals.
You'll just have to work it out for yourself. Proxy, let's go!
Wait a sec! Miss Nekomata, Proxy, this may be a bit forward, but would you please consider becoming case consultants for public security and helping me to complete the mission?
Huh?
You know the truth about my Internaut commission. Making you case consultants feels much safer than just relying on a verbal promise. And what's more, based on our previous adventure, when it comes to hollows, I can tell your abilities are far superior to mine. With your support, all those things I couldn't do before, they don't have to be pipe dreams any longer. This time, I really just might get a bonus.
Then if we say no, what are you gonna do?
If you really won't say yes, then I can only bid farewell to my Medal of Honor with tears in my eyes. And ask you once again to keep this confidential.
Yeah? That's it?
I thought you were gonna hold us responsible if we didn't cooperate.
I'd never go back on my word. I swear it on my honor as an officer.
I gotta say, he really is just... Fine, Ollie. I reluctantly agree to this commission of yours, or your request for us to be case consultants, or whatever.
Really?
But on one condition. We charge a high fee. If we help you complete the mission, your entire bonus is ours.
That's fine with me. I'd rather have the prestige over any bonus.
Great. Then let's do it.
Later, Ollie rushes back to the 12th precinct with a heavy sigh of relief.
Alright then, Proxy. Today's matter is settled. Let's head back. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It feels weird.
I didn't take you for someone who'd team up with public security officer.
I never thought you'd agree to team up with a public security officer, Nekomata.
So what? I agreed to his request. What's so unbelievable about that? Don't worry, I won't lose us any money. I've heard that they pay out pretty decent bonuses. And if he's so willing to give up the whole thing, then why not? And Dolly might seem unreliable, but there were several times today when he surprised me. Perhaps there's more to this guy than meets the eye? Anyway, let's just wait for him to contact us if we're gonna be supporting him. We can talk about his case then.
I can tell there's something more to Ollie than meets the eye, but I never expected he'd be a public security officer. What's even more astonishing is that Nekomata actually agreed to help Ollie. Fortunately, Ollie means no harm. Right, we do our business on Internet after all, and we had a pretty big misunderstanding with Ollie in the Hollow. Well, we've agreed to work with Ollie now, so we should act professionally and do our best to complete the commission. Take a break from this story. Agent story complete. Added to archive.
Let's fire it up! I'll help you win. The lunch is on you.
Yeah, unfortunately, she is one of several people I do not currently have. Because she was not available when because they do them in block, so right now, these are the characters I do have, which are Bernice,
Ready for combat.
Anby,
Nothing to fear.
Nicole, Corin,
I have 2 guns.
Billy,
Sukaku, ready!
Sakaku,
Good day,
Lucy,
Proxy.
Piper,
This is the path I
Miyabi,
follow. Superior
Yanagi,
awaiting orders.
a trust reward for her. We have a trust reward for Nicole.
You have my complete support.
It's our turn, bro.
How can I help?
Need something? Go
He
ask
was a
my
freebie,
colleagues.
like I said, because when I won
This is the path I
Miyabi,
follow.
it said, well, you've got everybody in the set, so you get him as a freebie.
If you need help,
And of
call me
course, set.
anytime.
So I still
help you
want
win.
Akamata,
Awaiting further instructions.
Soldier 11,
We fighting?
Caesar,
You want to test my hammer?
Kaleda,
I'm at your disposal.
Lycon,
Want to see the red scarf?
Lighter,
Let's start the experiment.
Grace,
Is something the matter?
Suhan,
Headmaid Rena,
Rena,
at your service.
Touch my tail.
Alan,
And now.
Let me finish my cup of
Shingi,
hot water. Wanna
and Jane.
be my research subject?
do one more story. The video store doesn't seem to have much traffic today, so the two decide to watch a movie to kill time. This part is so moving, no matter how many times I see it. At that moment, there's a sudden knock at the door. Hello, knockety knock. Got a problem? Call NEPS. Peer-to-peer community service at your doorstep. Please open up. Ugh, just as we're reaching the climax of the movie. Belle, could you please get the door? Let me enjoy this story for a little while longer. Answer the door for the person claiming to be from public security. Hello there, you've booked a peer-to-peer community service from NEPS. Did we really book a service from public security? I'm Officer Ching Yi, ready and at your service. Is that Ching Yi? Something strange.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Public Security Officer Ching Yi. May I know the specific request you have for public security community service?
Shh, hold on for a second.
Oh, is that you, Manager? My apologies. I didn't recognize you while I was in autopilot mode. What are you two?
If even androids can understand the meaning of life, then perhaps humans can too.
Finished. What a classic.
What are you watching so intently?
Endbringer 2. Have you seen it, Ching Yi? I've been meaning to recommend it to you.
Endbringer 2! Have you seen it, Ching Yi? I've been meaning to recommend it to you. Hold on. Just give me a second. And done. I speedwatched the whole thing. It's about an E-800 model android protecting a little girl amidst the perilous apocalypse, supporting each other through thick and thin. They gradually become attached to one another, but in the end have no choice but to part ways. The plot's decent enough, I suppose.
So you actually went and looked up spoilers. Watching movies like that is a real waste, officer.
I didn't look up spoilers. I simply extracted the movie from the database for data analysis and pattern recognition.
Fun fact, Ching Yi is an android.
Master, this is technical jargon of an advanced artificial consciousness. Allow me to translate for you. Yes, Ching Yi essentially read spoilers.
The smart voice assistant you two are using seems to have quite the unique personality setting loaded into it. Ah, right. I happen to have a work-related matter which requires your assistance. I need to borrow some tapes to further analyze human behavior. Horror movies, to be exact. With mysterious forces at play, the more the better. It's for Public Security's community service program.
I will be right back. I'm just going to turn the heating on because it's getting a bit chilly in my apartment. I'll be right back. And back. Decided to get a snack as well. So I got some chocolate orange cheese. Spreadable cheese, that is. So they sell that here in Japan.
Can't you directly access those from a film database? I can tell you find the whole thing a little unusual too. But I assure you that such background data is required for my task. Since I've taken it on, I should be somewhat serious about it. Even if this community service itself is, dull.
Which is why you activated autopilot mode, right? If only I could also handle tedious tasks while catching up on sleep.
Tedious. Ha, ha. As if the mere word tedious could encompass everything. It all began when the bigwigs at Public Security realized that no matter how many decrees they make, Internaut is still unstoppable. As a result, who else other than Officer Juyuan proposed a strategy of guiding rather than blocking? Citizens have a real need to face the hollows and can't always turn to Public Security for everything. So Internaut has naturally appeared to meet those needs. If only every Public Security officer could dedicate a set amount of time to community service, helping citizens with their actual problems. Once we establish trust between citizens and Public Security, then the plan to completely eradicate Internaut will have taken its first step. That plan would nip the problem in the bud.
Indeed, Zhu proposing such a comprehensive plan is really reassuring.
It is a good plan. However, for some reason, I sense that you two might not be completely sincere. Never mind. I suppose I'm not entirely sincere myself, mainly due to the absurd demands citizens are making. For example, testing whether their fiancé would flirt with other women behind their back. Or, I suspect there's some mysterious force at work on 6th Street. Please deal with it, officer. What's worse is my assigned partner today. Ugh, that guy. One second he's proclaiming that though community service seems a little trivial, he's determined and dedicated to taking up that task. Then, before I even finished a sip of hot water, he goes bolting off on another case somewhere else, like a gust of wind weaving through the mountains. Young people these days. Solving cases with a public security officer. Isn't it just like the plot of that one movie? I'm up for it. Count me in. I never expected the manager to be interested in such things.
They have an ulterior motive for helping. That's why.
I think Belle just wants to show off and strut around with the public security badge pinned on her coat.
If the manager is willing to assist, it would indeed be a great help to me. However, giving you a badge is out of the question. Nominally appointing you as an assistant public security officer, though, is a possibility.
Then you go ahead, Belle. I'll look after the store.
Then I'll go ahead and clear up the other community service appointments first. Let's meet on the street later. need to jump to any strange conclusions, Holly. Just tell me what's the matter.
Okay. Actually, it's about my good friend Teddy. He's been missing for several days now.
Missing? There doesn't seem to be any filed reports about a missing person in this area. Have you been to the public security office with your parents recently?
No, we haven't. Dad said since we just moved away from the old metro zone, we don't have the resources to deal with Teddy right now. But I'm really worried. I've never gone so long without seeing Teddy before.
I have a feeling Teddy is an animal.
Reporting it was the right thing to do, Holly. The assistant public security officer is right. A disappearance is not a trivial matter and must be handled by public security. Do you have a photo of Teddy?
Yes, I have tons. At least I did. But during our move, because we were in a hurry to catch the evacuation...
Not a problem. Now, I will ask you a few questions. You must think carefully. The more accurate your answers, the higher the chance we will find Teddy. Understand? Let's start. Height? Weight?
Teddy is exactly 20 centimeters shorter than me, so he's 101 centimeters tall. He's heavier than me, about 32 kilograms.
Can you describe the color and style of clothes Teddy was wearing when he disappeared?
A blue shark onesie.
Yeah, it's a bamboo.
So, Teddy must look something like this, right?
Wow, you can really draw, Miss Officer. That's Teddy. But he's been gone so many days. Do you think we can still find him?
Your case is now accepted, Citizen Holly.
Oh, thank you so much. Dad told me that the officers at Public Security wouldn't have time for this sort of thing.
Don't worry, Public Security Officer Qingyi will be on the case. But there's one last question I need you to answer. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
When and where did you last see Teddy?
It was at the Gravity Cinema. I wanted popcorn, so Teddy went out to buy some.
Gravity Cinema? That's right next to the branch office, and yet a disappearance happened.
That does seem strange. Let's go investigate.
Good. But first, I need to escort Holly home. Let's meet later near Gravity Cinema in Lumina Square.
Well, there's a few different ways we can get there, but I'll go the more fun route to Lumina. I just finished scanning all of 283,019 surveillance camera footage. There, yeah. I simply extracted the footage from the database for data analysis and pattern recognition. Actually, I did find some footage of Teddy, but it's kinda weird. It's of Teddy walking out of the cinema with popcorn in hand, craning its neck around as though it's looking for something. The last place he was seen was right here in this parking lot. Although several days have passed, we should still perform a thorough investigation of this area. I'm coming with you. Young people are always full of energy. I'll leave this one up to you to handle, Assistant Officer. I'm gonna run another analysis on the surveillance footage and see if I missed anything. An envelope like this usually has important stuff inside. You slip the envelope into an evidence bag. Autograph poster. This thing must be worth a lot. Why would anyone toss it out here like trash? How about you come home with me then?
Judging from your appearance, it seems like you found something.
I found a bunch of suspicious items. Pretty impressive, right? Please assess them, Chingy.
Manager, why did you pick up so much trash? Don't tell me you thought all this was evidence.
Trash? So, it's all useless, huh? Guess being an officer isn't for everyone.
Completely normal for a first investigation. After all, evidence doesn't just fall from the sky, you know. Let me analyze these videos, then together with... Wait a minute. What's that in your pocket?
I picked it up earlier. It's a signed poster and seemed collectible.
It has value as a collectible? Then it shouldn't have been discarded so Without the manager's deep knowledge of films, I might have overlooked this detail. The handwriting is a bit smudged, but you can still make out "To Holly." If it was dropped by Teddy, it's worth further and look. There's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter. Quite a significant amount. An item outside a hollow contaminated with such a high concentration of it, this actually makes our search easier. I've also made some progress. I discovered a suspicious vehicle that was parked here when Teddy disappeared. If it's related to the disappearance, then the vehicle might also be Let's go and check it out. Very good, Assistant Public Security Officer. We quickly tracked down the suspicious vehicle. As I suspected, there's residue of a strong reaction from highly active etheric matter on the rear wheels.
Oh, then is it already time to go arrest the suspect?
Huh? No, that's not how this works. Criminal investigation requires concrete evidence. We need to keep calm, Assistant Officer. Etheric residue is indeed suspicious, but this is new Eridu after all. There are various causes for contamination with etheric residue. We can't quite deem it something particularly strange at this stage. No worries. I'll handle surveillance of the car. I don't need to sleep anyway.
Is it really okay to work continuously like this? Even if it's you, Qingyi, don't overdo it.
Zhuyuan always expresses the same. It's just unnecessary concern. Everyone is acting like this. Zhuyuan, Holly, and now even the manager. Humans are indeed an interesting species, projecting so much emotion onto things that are not even alive. Though helping citizens is part of a public security officer's duties, Teddy is just a bang-boo. In the end, the existence of intelligent machines is to be discarded in place of humans when danger arises. Take me, for example. Despite being an advanced model known as a 01NG6 criminal investigation automaton, I'm essentially just a bang-boo with more complex functionality. And regarding life and death, I believe Teddy and I are identical. Neither of us actually cling to it. I really didn't expect Holly to be so upset.
I'm no expert, but the purpose of intelligent machines definitely isn't just to be discarded.
A most interesting species indeed. Don't worry. Bang-boo or automaton, we are not as fragile as humans. Today's investigation was very fruitful. With these leads, we can apply for an official search warrant from public security. If there's anything I need help with in the future, I'll be sure to contact you. I'll be leaving now.
Quick chat with Wise. Welcome home, Belle. I see you haven't managed to completely shut down Internot yet. How are things going? Betty's disappearance is turning into quite the mystery. No matter what, it's still a good thing that we're building some goodwill with PubSec. Although it sounds a little unfair to Qingyi and Zuj and Jicha and Ziyuan on my throat. As ordinary citizens of Neonerdu, all we can do is wait for Qingyi to get back to us and leave the story. A story complete, archived to the paved. So with that said, let's pull out of there for now. Okay, so with that said, probably going to call it there for today. But actually, let's change to just chatting and make a little modification. So let's do a little modification from earlier. So instead of what we were doing before, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy a final farewell, so to speak, to welcome in the Christmas spirits. So let me go ahead and pull up something. To add a source. A new source. So everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy as Toothy reads a very calm and relaxing story to everyone. This is something that, as a child, my mother used to read to me and my sister on Christmas Eve, which it is now Christmas Day for much of the world. For some, though, on the west coast of the United States and Canada, for instance, though it is still December 24th. Clement Clark Moore's poem, The Night Before Christmas, A Visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the crest of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below. When, what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. For those who were curious, a courser is a fast-running horse. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all! As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and Saint Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney Saint Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled! His dimples, how merry! His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. A thistle is another name for a type of songbird that is commonly seen in America. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." So again, with that said, I wish everybody happy holidays. Let's go ahead and see who we can be raiding on out to on this Christmas day. Let's take a look. See who is around that we can pester. In fact, I know just who we can raid on how to. So for those who are not subscribed, let me go ahead and give you your raid command for today. So if you're not subscribed, use that raid command. If you are subscribed, go ahead and use this one that's about to be posted. We're going to go ahead and read on out to a good friend of mine, Papa Myth. It is early Christmas morning for him. So let's go ahead and cause some chaos as he plays. Some Sea of Thieves. But thank you again, everyone. Happy holidays, and to all, a good night. I wish you all a joyous day as we prepare for the chaos that is to come. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.